No, the game never ends when your whole world depends on the turn of a friendly card. Which is why we're doing our continuing playthrough of Bayonets and Tomahwks. Yes, welcome, and name that group without looking it up. Alright, so last time our fleets arrived and we brought new forces onto the board. And so there's a lot of brigades now. Not much in the way of light units coming back on, but it is time for action round 3. And so, straight to the card draw. A turn of a friendly card, as it were. And I keep getting these... French keep getting these... Alright, do I want two move? Do I want one really long light move, or do I want two? I think I want two light move. Two. Yeah, so we're going to put that back. We'll accept that card. And on the Indian side, small pot. Well, we'll see what that is in a moment. Nothing we can do about it. I don't get a choice on that one. Over on the British side, we get a choice of... Oh, hello. This one has more movement, but this one has a nice devastating effect to it. Disease in the French camp. This is a good time to play it, too, because there's a lot. French player chooses to eliminate a French prioritize metropolitan. I think I'm gonna whack him with that. We don't have many turns remaining for this, so we want to go ahead and bump his skull now, I think. Okay, so this one has an initiative of 6. You see that little dice down there. French has one of 6. And so the French get to decide whether they would go first or second. I think I'm going to go with the idea that... I think I'll have the French go first. Okay, but we still have to execute these 2 AR events. I don't know if the... I don't think it matters which one goes first. Smallpox epidemic. If last year of scenario, technically it is... Yes, it is the last one. So he's going to lose 3 of his raid points. Oh, man. I was working so hard on that. So, 1, 2, 3. Alright. And disease in the French camp. And now the French player. Wow, he got whammed this round. I got to choose a metropolitan brigade, which I do have, unfortunately, in old Quebec here. Not these guys down here. They're Canadians. They're not metropolitan. In this case, I guess it doesn't matter. One of these. Okay, so I'm going to take Languedoc. Where's the Languedoya? How's that for nerdy? All right. So, okay, we have both, and it is time for the French to... Wait a minute. Where did my Indian card go? Hold on. So for my Indian movement, I'm going to have the Delaware Indians. 1, 2, 3, and take a run at Easton. And... he hits. So, successfully raided. He goes home. Runs off. Well, the idea is that when the Indians capture a fort... or settle space, maybe, or raid a settled space, they go home with the plunder, and you don't see him again until next year. So, successfully there, that's 2 points. So we're actually still going to try to crawl back. I was wondering if I should forego that, but no, I'm going to keep going for the raid point. For the French's first light movement, I'm going to grab all these light guys right here. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and take Lake George, which will yield up a victory point space. I don't know if we'll be able to hold it, but we now control it for the moment. And for a while I was wondering, what's the difference between French and Indian, French or British going first? And obviously if you get to a space first, if it's empty, you'd be the defender. And the defender does have a slight advantage. So there's that. And I also have one more light movement. What am I going to do with that? For my last light movement, I have these 2 light units. Kind of down here in the corner, not doing anything. I think I'm going to go ahead and use one to bring them forward so that we have a nice pool of units within range of being able to do anything. Otherwise, they're just sitting here. The British are never going to be able to get down here and take that by the time this is over. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. And that will conclude the French movement. On to the British. For my first British light move, we're going to take this Mohawk. And we are going to move him down to 1 and jump into the base. Fort Ontario and Oswego. To prevent this looks like a tempting target for him if we shift here. We're doing a little kind of blocking and whatnot. And for my block move, or what do I call it, army move, I'm going to bring him up into Albany. Because we're looking to, it looks like we're pulling together. The big armies are starting to pull together and fight for this middle section here. And got to get them ready. Okay, so that's it for there. There's no battles this round. And so we are moving to the logistical round where the colonists enlist, colonials enlist. Okay, what does this mean? We're going to draw colonial reinforcements for the British. And that means 8 draws from this pile here. Whoop. Including a bunch of vagaries of war. Vagaries? Vagaries? I don't know. Anyway, here we go. 8. Get my real good mix. Alright, you ready to count? Here we go. 1. Virginia. 2. Fewer troops. That comes out. And counts against you. New England, that's 3. 4. Virginia again. 5. Pick 1 colonial light unit. That does come out of the bag. That was 5, right? So we'll pick Armstrong here. 6 coming up. 7. And 8. All right, so New York, New Jersey, New England, 2 New Englands, or 3 New Englands, 2 Virginians, and a light unit. Not a bad draw. All right. So all these colonials need to go in their corresponding colonies. They're all divided up with a little faded area here. So these Virginia and South need to go somewhere in this. There's supposed to be a fort there. Oh, there it is. Must have knocked it over with my arm. So we're going to put them in Winchester. Even though it's already raided, but it's a good place to go. I was thinking I could put him in Wills Creek, but there's nowhere for him to go there. So it'd be just a wasted space. So you're better off putting colonials here. Of course, I could always build a road if I was so inclined, but not really. Let's see. The New England. Let's do the New York, New Jersey. I only got 1 of those, and we're gonna put him in Kingston or. I don't think it matters. We'll put him right there. He can go in Albany, though. Yeah, go in there. Go in Albany. Why not? And the New Englanders have to go up here somewhere. And in that case, I'm going to be able to move. I think I'm going to do 1 up here and the 2 down here. Like so. And this guy can go in any colony home space. And Albany looks like a good space. You always want to have a light group with you. Okay, so that's it, and the only other thing that happens is we switch to the campaign deck. We're going to discard the build-up deck, the last card in the build-up deck. We're supposed to do it face down, but I don't care. It's a forced march. Yep, okay, fair enough. And for the French, it was just... Yeah, I gotta use that. Oh, well. And so we pull out. Okay, we replace the decks, our new campaign decks are in and ready to go. And so we advance to, when we come back, we're going to go to action round 4. All the units that are going to come into play, unless there's something fancy in the cards here that brings something in. I can't remember, but that is all the units we're going to have to play for the rest of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 rounds. So, join us next time and we'll see how this all plays out. And thanks for watching.